Hello and welcome to my review of the Dark Fury Assault Squad for Raven Guard for Warhammer the Horus Heresy. One of these kits will cost you £57.50 for 5 models, and I think they consist of about 45 resin components. You've got the wings, the jump pack, the head, the 2 shoulder pauldrons, the body and the arms. So about 9 parts each. So 45 parts for those you can see, but you do get about 4 extra parts. And we'll go through those spare parts later on. So the format of this review is as normal. I'll have a look at each one of these minis individually. We'll go through those 4 spare parts. I'll give you some size comparisons with the Mordathan and other Horus Heresy minis, and then at the end I will go through all of their rules. So these Dark Furies then, £57.50. That's quite a lot per Space Marine. We're talking over £10 per Space Marine here. Now, I like the concept of Dark Furies for Raven Guard. You know, Raven Guard are all about speed and a little bit of stealth, and I think their aesthetics reflect that. Let's have a look at the, I guess, Sergeant, which they've called the Chooser of the Slain. You can actually have 2 Chooser of the Slain within a unit of 5 for some reason, but here he is, right here, and you don't have to equip him with these curved claws. I just did because I think they're quite cool, and you know, we're not really used to seeing you know, lightning claws that look like this, that are you know, curved, but here they are. What I've done is I've also given him the kind of Sergeant helmet as well with the Raven Guard symbol. Body wise, you can put these claws and the head on any of them. All of the wings and the jump packs are the same for all of them. I've given him a melter bomb. I think you can equip 2 of them with melter bombs, so yeah, he's got those. Looks all right. I mean, he's charging forward, about to rip and tear. I like that they don't have ranged weapons, that they're all about the close combat. So that's that one. We've got this one here, which is sort of landing in a way, with his claws outstretched. Now, as I said, you can swap any of these claws with any of the Raven Guard, with any of the Dark Furies, so you've got options there. I've also given him a melter bomb too. So that's that one. We've got this one, about to charge into and rip. Maybe he's ripped with that one first and he's about to rip with that. He's got his foot off the ground. I probably, if there's one thing I would have liked to change with these is just better leg poses, you know, or the ability to move the torso. That would have been great, you know, to sort of rotate it. But then, yeah, that's another thing that they'd have to split. Then there's this one, again, landing with his claws outstretched. I would have liked to have seen more attack poses with the claws. And this one, I've gone for like a Blood Angels kind of pose. Like I don't know why, maybe, yeah, maybe he's lifting off, maybe he's descending, I don't know. But I've just gone for that pose for him. Kind of, you know, with his left hand up like that. So they're the Dark Furies. They are let down by their poses. I'm not going to beat around the bush here. It's difficult to get decent poses out of these. It really is. If you think your first 5 are difficult to create poses for, just wait until you attempt your second 5. I mean, look at this. This one, he's kind of, is he tripping over? Should I put a banana skin there? I don't know what he's doing. This one is not too bad. He's kind of clawing from underneath and then at the top at the same time, so that's not too bad, because I do have 10. This one, he's kind of veering a bit as he's lifting off. I'm not sure about that one. This one's not too bad. It's probably the most normal one out of all 10. And then this one, kind of landing, but again, slipping on a banana. I don't know what to do about this, whether to put some big scenery around there or just something to dissuade that. I might put some tall bushes or something around his foot. But yeah, They are a tricky set of minis to get right in terms of the poses, but I wanted 10 because 10 just go really, really well with Raven Guard. Now, spare parts then. We've only got 4 spare parts, and yeah, I would like to say that these help tremendously with your posing, but they don't. So you've just got an extra set of lightning claws, which, you know, instead of those talons, you could have these claws instead, so they would all match. Likewise, you can have the Chooser of the Slain specific head. This one, I'll just sort of zoom in for you before I drop it somewhere. I mean, it's all right, but I just prefer the beaky helmets. I just think they work really well with fast attack. This is the other one that I didn't use, or maybe I didn't use for the other 10. It's probably one of those, yeah, because you only get 1 studded, so it would just be a basic Mark 6 one. Size comparisons then. First of all, I'll just give you a comparison with the more Dathan Strike Squad right here. So do they go well with them? I mean, they share some aesthetics. They're similar heighted. They're probably a bit taller because of the, you know, poses that they're in. But they work well. Definitely the shoulder pauldrons are the same, and they've got the Raven Guard iconography. So, you know, other than you painting them black, they're going to match aesthetically with the Raven Guard Force. I don't have any other Raven Guard to compare them with, but I do have a Contemptor Dreadnought right here. So that's where they sort of measure up. And then final comparisons just with 40k minis. So we do have a standard Space Marine here. Sort of a little bit taller than standard. Slime Marbo. That's a bit odd, that comparison. And then Primaris is definitely a fair bit bigger. I mean, maybe it'd probably be more fair to give you that one. But yeah, easily over a foot taller. So yeah, comparing them to actual Mark 6s, the plastic right here, they're going to be similar height. I'll try and get a, yeah, that's probably about right. So, you know, if you've got a load of plastic Mark 6s and you wanted to pick these up, then, you know, fear not, because they're going to go very well with your standard plastic Mark 6s. Mark 3s, going to be a little bit taller just because of the power plant height and the spike. But overall, they're going to work well with your newer plastic Horus Heresy Space Marines. Okay, so this is my part of the review where I will go through all of their rules. You'll find them in your Loyalist Liber Astartes army book, and they are under the fast attack section of Raven Guard. Towards the end of the book, a set of 5 will cost you 150 points. They consist of 4 Dark Furies and 1 Chooser of the Slain. The Dark Fury stat line reads: movement at 7 inches, weapon skill 4, ballistic skill 4, strength 4, toughness 4, 2 wounds, initiative 4, 2 attacks, leadership 8, and a save of 3+. So actually the stat line is technically worse than the more Dathan because they have a better ballistic skill. I would have liked to have seen these guys, because they're melee only, have a better weapon skill. The Chooser of the Slain has the same stat line but has a better weapon skill at 5, and then 3 attacks, a leadership 9, and actually a better save of 2+, which is interesting because I think they have Artificer armor. The War Gear: power armor for the Dark Furies, Artificer armor for the Choosers of the Slain, 2 Ravens Talons, frag grenades, crack grenades, Corvid pattern jump pack. Unit type: Dark Furies are infantry, and a Chooser of the Slain is infantry character. Special rules: Legiones Astartes, Raven Guard, Deep Strike, Precision Strike 6+, and Sudden Strike 1. The Dark Fury squad may take up to 5 additional Dark Furies at 25 points each, so you are going to save some points if you get 10 of them. A Dark Fury squad that includes 9 Dark Furies may upgrade up to 2 of these models to Choosers of the Slain for 15 points per model. So you can have 2 if you've got 9 of them. Bit of an odd number, but, well, literally it is, for 15 points per model. All Choosers of the Slain may take Melter Bombs at 10 points per model. So you can have 9 of them if you didn't want to go for 10, but if you went for 10, then 2 of them can be choosers of the slain, which is worth doing because they're getting a better weapon skill, they're getting more attacks, better leadership and a better save as well. Now weapons wise, they don't have any ranged weaponry, which does suck. It would have been nice to have a bolt pistol, but how do you really operate a bolt pistol with, you know, lightning claws? Maybe some kind of inbuilt pistol weapon, laser weapon. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Some kind of little inbuilt laser to the lightning claws, even if it wasn't quite the same AP as a bolt gun or something. But in terms of these Raven Talons then, which is their main melee weapon, it's the strength of the user, which is going to be 4, AP 3, so they're going to be able to rip and tear into fellow Space Marines. It's a melee weapon, shred, rending 5+, and specialist weapon, so that's pretty good. They're also equipped with these Corvid pattern jump packs, which is, you know, the rules are 5 paragraphs long for these Corvid pattern jump packs, but basically any model with a Corvid pattern jump pack may set its move characteristic to a value of 14 for the duration of the controlling player's turn. This is sometimes referred to as activating the jump pack, so that's great. They can get 14-inch movement. It allows a model with a Corvid pattern jump pack to move up to 14 inches regardless of the movement characteristic shown on its profile. In addition, all models with a Corvid pattern jump pack that have been activated ignore terrain while moving and charging, but must take dangerous terrain tests when beginning or ending their movement in dangerous terrains, but gains a 4+ invulnerable save against any wounds inflicted by dangerous terrain tests. It's pretty good. If they've got a Corvid pattern jump pack, they may still run, and if you've got an activated Corvid jump pack, add the initiative characteristic of that model to 14 to determine how far it may move. Any model with a Corvid pattern jump pack also gains the bulky 3, Hammer of Wrath 1 and Deep Strike special rules. And also it goes on to say during a reaction made in any phase, you can't choose to activate the jump pack to get any bonus to the movement characteristics, so you can't just activate that for the reaction. So there you go. That is the Dark Fury squad. Again, would have been nice to have some kind of extra special ability other than their Raven Talons. The options of the unit are a little bit odd as well, and the way I read it is that 5 consists of 1 chooser of the slain and 4 Dark Furies. When you've got 9 of them, so you add an extra 4, 2 of them can be choosers of the slain for 15 points per model. So how I'm reading that is you've already got 1 chooser of the slain, you get 9 of these, you can have 3 of them. So a third of the unit can be choosers of the slain, which is nice because it means that you're going to be getting your 9 attacks with those and your 12 attacks with your other. So you're looking at 21 attacks. Yeah, their strength isn't the best at 4, but their AP is good at 3, and they do have rending at 5+. Sudden Strike also makes them a bit more of a threat. So does Precision Strikes, and that they've got specialist weapons. Precision Strikes at 6+ is all right because you can allocate those wounds against the model or models of the attacking player's choice, but it is 6+ for those, and they will be getting the extra 1 attack because they're equipped with those special weapons, so they are going to be getting 3 attacks each or 4 for those choosers of the slain. So a lot of strength 4 AP 3 attacks there. Now they are going to be vulnerable from range, but activating their jump packs with the 14-inch movement will make them more survivable. They do have their 2 wounds each, and if you've got 3 choosers of the slain, they're going to have their 2+ saves, so that makes them a bit more survivable. Would have been great if they had some kind of extra boost to those jump packs, or some kind of shrouded rule just to give them like an invulnerable save, or something like they operate in night fighting. I don't know, just something that boosts up their survivability if they're hurtling their way towards an enemy. They're going to be vulnerable from range. They don't have their invulnerable saves. And conversely, they're not going to be able to attack from range themselves. They don't have any ranged weaponry. The best you can hope for is having 3 of them with melter bombs. Not to crack open a tank or a transport. I would not pit them up against the Contemptor that has a power claw or power fist or something. Definitely not a Leviathan if a Leviathan can grab them. And I'd also be wary pitting them against like Terminators, any like the special Legion Terminators like the Phoenix Guard or the Cenobian Knights or something like that. This unit in a composition of like 10 with those Choosers of the Slain would be great against standard tactical Space Marines, heavy support squads if they can get close enough, scout squads, reconnaissance squads, assault squads, maybe even breacher squads with their boarding shields. Yes, they've got 5+ invulnerable, but they do only have 1 wound and 1 attack. They would even fare well against the spoiler squads too. So they can deal with like your standard stuff and maybe even some Legion specific stuff, but they're going to be vulnerable against dreadnoughts, long range attacks, and the real hardcore Legion specific like Terminators and things. What do you guys think of the Raven Guard Dark Fury Assault Squad? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.